Welcome to my channel. My name is Alex and I travel across the country with my cat and my FJ Cruiser. Last week I shared my experience driving through Yellowstone and the Grand Tetons. This week we're leaving the Grand Tetons and heading to White Mountain, Wyoming. After spending a night camping at Culture Bay in the Grand Tetons, I got the RV all ready, grabbed the cat, tossed him in the truck, strapped him in, and it was time to go. One of the hardest things you'll ever do in your life is leave Grand Tetons National Park. No matter where you go, where you drive, what direction you take out of the park, the mountain range seems to follow you everywhere. It is absolutely beautiful. I don't even want to know how many car crashes are caused by just people being absolutely distracted by the view. So eventually I stopped being one of those distracted people and I pulled over and just enjoyed it, not just once, but okay, I pulled over twice because they are just that beautiful. And I'm sure after looking at the videos you agree, but know that the videos don't do them justice at all. I didn't like driving through Jackson, but that's not Jackson's fault. I just don't really like driving through developed areas. But eventually I was back in the mountains, and then finally I got back to what I love, which is the desert. Once I got almost to the top of White Mountain, I parked on the first landing I found, scouted the area, totally wishing I had a bike, and then picked where my camping spot was going to be before driving to the spot. I didn't want to have any surprises, but there were surprises waiting for me in the RV anyway. The very last of my Creole sea steak was everywhere but in a pot, and so there went the last of that. Once I got all that cleaned up and everything situated, I got my solar set up. This Renogy panel was plugged into my Renogy Phoenix. I didn't yet have the solar panels for my Goal Zero. However, I did want to top up my RV batteries. Naturally, Shadow did absolutely nothing the entire time but stare out the window and enjoy his lifelong vacation. He's so lucky. I want to come back as my cat when I die. But you know what? At some point, he's going to have to start earning his kibbles. So you're probably wondering what on earth I was doing up in White Mountain by myself. Well, I did have a meetup over the weekend, but I liked the area so much that I decided to stay. It's free. It felt safe to me. It's isolated. It's beautiful. There is some glass on the ground up there, but it wasn't that big of a deal. I was able to go hiking and just enjoy the view. I did some cooking while I was up there because, you know, my inner fat girl must always be fed. But it wasn't all a bed of roses, and this wasn't the camp spot's fault. I did start having battery problems with my RV. I don't know what was going on at the time, but despite driving for 6 hours from the Grand Tetons and then getting an hour charge with the solar generator, the battery just wasn't going great. I also did have to empty my tanks. And here I had kind of an incident with an old white guy who apparently thought I should not have been at the park. Most of my experiences on the road are pleasant, but incidents like these remind me why diversity and representation is so important. And I'm doing everything I can to get women who are traveling by themselves and people of color out on the road. And if you want to help me with that, My Patreon link is in the bio. The cheapest subscription is $5 a month, or just subscribe to my channel and help me get out there. Maybe when there are more people like me out here, racist people will feel less empowered to be hostile for no reason. As far as the camping spot itself, I loved staying in this area. I would absolutely go back. I highly recommend it if you are ever in southwestern Wyoming near the Green River or Rock Spring area. After I left here, I went back to Casper, Wyoming, which I'll cover next week, and Samson got a little bit of work done. So I'll cover this and more next week, and see you next Friday. Bye.